Hey, for y'all that's backstage, if you got headphones on, go ahead and take the headphones off for you. Just for this video. I think it's gonna be loud. Just want to let y'all know. Yeah. And I didn't mean to do that.
Little fish, big pond, big splash, big bag. Little fish, big pond, big splash, big bag. Look like the little fish in the big pond, make the big splash, got the big bag. Look like the little fish in the big pond, make the big splash, and got the big bag. Oh, my, look how things have changed, they know I'm the one. Daddy taught me how to flip my wrist, I'm my father's son. Think I'm pistol packing, how that ratchet on me like a gun. They should put the basket in the casket after I am done. Please don't think it's sweet when I speak, I am not to play with all these folk I meet. No, I keep it brief to dodge the cases, most days out the week. I pack heat that'll leave your faces out the mud. I had to use my cleats to see where I could take it. Oh, and I took it to the tip. And know the ones that didn't pick me miss me when they go against me. Word that Clayton Bigsby, they probably hate everything within me, but I'm still gonna leave them pissy and let it fly like a frisbee. I'm the little fish in the big pond, made the big splash, got the big bag. Look like the little fish in the big pond, made the big splash and got the big bag. Oh, little fish, big pond, big splash, big bag. Little fish, big pond, big splash, yeah, big bag. Okay, now they might mistake him for a minute.
And we are back. And we're gonna get jumping in real quick here, people. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got a couple friends here that we want to introduce you to the world and get started. The first person I'm gonna bring in here is Eli Booth of Big Bang Paintball. Grizz, what up, man? I'm sorry, but I'm trying to make sure we get to it. But what up, my baby?
Oh, no, you good. You good.
All right, Eli.
Hey.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, so get it. Go ahead and get it out, man, so we can get going. Let's go. This is exciting. So let's go. It's your world.
All right. Everything's moving so fast. Basically, we have. I've been a regular at Decay of Nations in California. I've been producing events for a while. Geo owns 3 fields in California. And 1 field at Giant Dallas Party. He's been asking me to make something happen there, and we finally have something that is going to rock, and that is Decay of Nations Storm Surge. And so we're really excited to make that happen. All right, did you guys lose me? I can't hear you.
Okay, then maybe if I unmute myself, there we go. All right.
Here we go.
All right. So, who you want me to bring in? So, your world. So, you tell me.
All right. So, we're going to bring in Geo first. That's the person that started this this journey. So, let's get him in.
There we go.
Geo, you're muted.
Unmute, Geo. Unmute. I can't unmute him. He got to unmute himself.
Yeah, you got to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tight, you're muted. Can't hear.
Yep. He looking for the button. I see him. I see Dewan back there too. Yeah, damn Eli lost his 200 child. That's hilarious.
hey now.
Right. Tap. Oh, he on the phone too. Let me see. Now I'm about to go look at it.
Remember where the hell that.
There you go. There we go.
We got it.
There we go.
Guys. Technical difficulties. Thank you guys very much for bringing me on. Eli, thank you so much too. I'm so excited to be here. You guys do a really fantastic job. And we actually need more people like you across the country to grow the sport of paintball. We are kind of like in a little decline, but if we can go back to the beginning when there was thousands of people like you out there and Eli promoting, just go out and have a good time, we'd be in a better place. So thank you very much. Everyone, Eli, thank you. And the 2 hosts, thank you very much too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Eli, your world.
Yeah, so Gio, you picked up. We're just going to be real brief. We're going to get to this. You picked up the Dallas Giant Field. You've been making big waves there over the last 3 years now, 2 or 3 years.
2 years.
2 years, right?
Yeah.
And I've had a chance to get out there a couple years ago. It's a fantastic field. Love what you've done there. So you reached out to me and you want to make Decay happen in Dallas.
Yep. So for me, what's exciting, guys, is it's sort of a new renaissance for me. We have another chapter to open in paintball. So what I'm trying to do, one, Eli is one of our best generals out in California. Plus, he's probably the West Coast greatest promoter, because he gets new people involved, and he always has the players' heart of the game. Even when he's a general, sometimes he slows down the throttle a little bit to make sure everybody has a good time, and that's what I respect the best. So, Eli, I asked him, listen, everywhere in the United States, paintball is very, very expensive to play. There's almost no reward for your ongoing players. So will you come on board with a game that we can make it dirt cheap, and at the same time, as we get more members in Texas and more players that bring to the park, give them a bigger discount. So we're actually putting on a game that's probably cheaper than a case of paint for the whole weekend. And I'm excited about that. Plus, for myself as a field owner, it's going to force me to do more before the event. So we're already looking at building more bunkers and more mounds and utilizing the entire 45 acres. So really, it pushes everybody. It pushes me as an owner and operator do a better job, and then it pushes Eli to help me get more players involved. At the same time, tell players, look, if you like playing paintball, $60 or $55. I'm not sure what Eli he's posting right now, but you get a case of evil. You get to play the whole weekend. If you want a secondary case, I want to say a secondary case like $45. And that's everything all in: swag, T-shirts, headbands, patches. So it's going to be very exciting. Plus overnight camping. There's no extra charges for these other amenities. We're just trying to grow paintball strong, and we're trying to use Texas and California as a way to make a renaissance nationwide. And I think we're doing that. In California, this year I built 4 new maps. We're continuing building more maps. So for DK this year in September, the people who have been playing all these years will see a brand new park, hopefully. But we got a lot completed. We're still working hard. We're working almost 7 days a week to achieve this. So, my goal is to get more rec players to go into scenario paintball, and then they'll find their way. Do they want to be a MagFed person? Do they want to be a tournament player? But we just got to get families playing. And right now, I just don't see a lot of that. I just see a lot of gouging on pricing. Prices are going up, not down. How are we going to grow this, guys? We need people like you spreading the word. And we want people to play. And if you have a hardship, you can't afford to play, contact Eli. Give him your story. If I have to pay for you to play, I'll do that too. But we need good stories and why we got you to play. Yes.
Hold on, Gio. Hold on. Nah, everybody don't contact Eli with a sob story, because we ain't letting that fly. We ain't gonna let that fly. I got your back on that one, Gio. We ain't gonna let that fly. Nah, I understand. Right. I got you. I feel where you coming from, but nah, listen, I'm just saying, we're gonna have a lot of people in the Eli's inbox like, hey, my tire popped off my daughter's car yesterday. I can't make the event. That's 6 months away. No.
Trust me, I've seen that. I've had it happen on my own events. You kind of learn to balance compassion with running a business. So so we were excited. So speaking of being pushed, basically we made the call. We did we made the call last week. Hey, let's go. We did the best we could to research dates and really find something that worked. The reality is there's nothing ever going to be perfect with as cluttered as we see everywhere, except for in our region in the California and Arizona.
And then in Texas, you also have such a condensed time frame because of the weather. Like, so
oh my God, it's so brutal, guys.
I get it.
So
for the past 2. Go ahead, my bad, Eli.
No, all we had to do is just pull a date that we felt was best, because really, like, Giant has a lot of there's a lot of speedball focus there. We're working around Bunker Fest. We're working around NXL. We're working on other major things. And so we found a date that we felt was really suitable for us, and we ran with it. That did mean that I had to really bust it to basically create a whole new faction for Decay. We have 16 years of lore that I've had to stay up on and find a faction that would fit the level and gravity of Ekron and UNA. And we'll release that. I've already released a little bit of that, but we'll release more of that later at another time. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, it's on you. I was gonna say we've been down to Texas. So Gio, me, Grizz, my team, we've came down to Texas for the past 2 years to play. And like I said, we come down in January, just like that, and we like shit. It's hot now. So so we gonna find out real quick.
Yeah, but usually that time slot is pretty good. The NXL is usually having their games around that time slot, and the last 2 years during that same weekend, those two, and we have sunshine. So we got to pray for the rain gods not to come that weekend. But at the same time, we are making that park playable in the wet season. It's been tough. I mean, this year's been brutal with the heat, brutal with the rain. It's finding that sweet spot. So we're trying our best to give people what they want to have and give them the best dates. But like Eli said it best, there's an event almost every weekend in the Midwest there. So it's kind of tough. So we're doing our best not to step on no toes and give the players what they want. An affordable event, robust, a lot of prizes, a lot of giveaways, and something that we can start a legacy with.
Cool. All right, let's bring on our generals. And without any introduction, let's throw them on. Here we go.
And there you go.
What's up, gentlemen?
Welcome.
There you go. There's your generals right there.
All right, guys. So
Man,
the first thing I wanted was to bring on people that I know would bring a solid game. And Joe, I know you. I know what you can bring from every furthest reach out there. You've had plenty of experience in the scenario world, lots of backing. I've been around all your teams, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see someone that hasn't been. How long has it been since you've been actually played a scenario or
commanded or played?
Commanded.
Commanded. Well, I commanded the pirate game or general the pirate game 2 years ago. That was a more for fun game. It was still a great game, great competition. But legitimately put all the backing behind it. It's been probably a decade, if not longer, that I've really went after a game. And I've been to Texas 2 or 3 times. I've never lost in Texas. So looking forward to coming back.
There it is. There you go.
And then I thought what better competition to match that than Under and Bunkerfest himself.
Mr. Bunkerfest himself, exactly. Mr.
So
Bunkerfest
I'll be straight
himself.
up. The last thing that I commanded was a platoon of Marines in Afghanistan. So like, the scenario, I have no clue what the fuck I'm walking into.
My hats off to you for commanding that, sir.
About all my boys home. That's about
real.
the extent of my command time.
Hey, that's enough. That's enough. So, okay. So to your point, so I was going to ask you that question too. So how much do you know about scenario paintball?
Okay, let's see. I played in the big game in the Pacific Northwest, and I refed it for 2 years. So I understand like kind of the mechanics of it. But my like involvement on like upper echelon and leadership of it and like how it's like the nuances, I would say 0. I'm gonna go in this with ears open, eyes open. I understand how to move troops and things like that. And I talked to Eli a little bit about the nuances of that. But the ins and outs of all that kind of stuff, 0.
Okay,
I won't even try to bullshit you.
The perfect thing about this too. So Eli, I'm gonna let this be known. G, I hope you understand too. So the way we function, right? Like, so Chris, you're not gonna go into this blind. I just want you to understand that. Like, you're not gonna go into this blind at all. Like, anything that we can do to help, we will. If there's
Exactly.
if they're the mechanic that you're like, hey, I don't know what the hell this is because I don't really, this ain't my thing. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we will make sure you understand it 100%. Like, it's not going to be a situation where you come in, like you say, you don't know anything, and that's where it stays. Between now and April, you will have a very, very
I got a lot of homework to do.
Yeah, well, you can ask any of us, and we'll give you a hand with it. Also, on that note, Guru's got a game coming up here next month, the end of next month at Sherwood. And I'd like to invite you up here, Chris. And Gio, you're invited too. If you guys want to come out, I'll comp you guys in and paint, and we'll show you the ropes. If you guys are interested.
I like to do that. I'll pick up Chris on the way, but this guy's so busy. Let's make sure the
I know.
I've got NVPS
I'm
and
a field
NXL
owner
next
too.
week.
I don't own as
next
many
month.
fields as you, but I understand.
Wait, what's next? You said next week or next month?
Next month, the end of
No,
next
he said.
month.
No, I know what my game is, Joe.
Sorry, in 2 weeks, I got to go NVPS. and then a week after that is the NXL event in Chicago.
Okay. So you would be close. So here's the thing.
Wait. I thought I heard through the grapevine you didn't really care for the NXL, Chris.
No, that's not true at all.
Okay, I was going to say because we got something in common then.
No, like the NXL has to exist. Like the hierarchy, and as well as the total microcosm of our society as paintball. You have to have the echelons. You have to have the different genres. You have to have something that people want to attain to, which is the professional league, and then you have to have good, robust regional leagues, and then you have to have the other things like this, so that every player has somewhere to go and do something in this sport. If you take away the NXL, regardless of who it is, functionality, whether be Tom or Camille, if you take them out and put someone else in there, you still have to have that body so that the player has a progressional level to attain to. I don't think Tom's doing a bad job. I think there's things that can change. Absolutely. I think some things he's handicapped on, but as a whole, no. I have no issues with the NXL. There are things that need to be improved, and I have definitely chewed Tom's ass as a player. I've been playing the NXL since it started. Same thing with the PSP, and before that, the NPPL.
To let you in a little history of mine, Chris, I was there at the beginning of each one of those. I've been playing since '82. On every tournament circuit there was, all the way up to the NXL. So yeah, I've been there for each incarnation of it. So
it's definitely it's a balance, as I think Eli said it a bit ago. It's trying to find the balance between customer service and a business. It's a tough line, and obviously, where their optics are different on the optics of, where I sit. I don't think you can get rid of them.
Where you might benefit from going up there, they are using. So I started using flags from Ronan Kinetic Esports for my event I've been running for 7 years in Arizona. And these flags are RFID enabled LEDs that change on site when you swipe them, with Discord integration and cool art for badges that match that. So when you capture a flag, you're going to see the artwork for your badge. So it'll be like Chris Wrangler with some badass artwork for you. You'll see it on there. And then if you show up on Discord, you'll see it there. We're going to have TVs on the field or off the field that will show the control of the map, and at your base that will show control of the map at all times. So you'll be able to see which flags you control, and you'll be able to make decisions based on that. We're also going to see,
that's legit.
It's the coolest stuff. And this is a lot of this was pioneered by Guru. So his event, it actually is the same weekend as Decay of Nations. So this event.
So I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna cut you off real quick. So so Gio, next year for Decay of Nations, I'm just giving you a heads up. Next year for Decay of Nations, I'm open. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Next year for Decay of Nations, I'm open.
They're already trying to challenge. I'm just saying.
It's time. We got to do that. I like new blood in there.
Yeah, I'm saying Eli. So Eli the friend. Here's the thing. Eli the friend. He's a great friend. I understand what he's done out there for a couple years. I'm available. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I'm available.
But
I'm available to put him to the test.
If you play against Eli, he's a beast. I'm gonna let everybody know that. The guy.
I'm just gonna say though,
he's got maps. He's got all these things. He's got all these gizmos.
They go beyond that.
Gio, to win these games.
Gio, they go beyond that. It's like it puts my stuff at child's play. So it will. Yeah. I respect
there's your map, Chris. There's your map, though, right? So disregard the world, the what's name, but there's your map right there. There's what the map will look like, and I don't know what just
I know that video.
But going back to staying on focus with this, the event, Gio, you haven't seen it in action, but you will. I'm going to demo the flags at Bunker Fest. I'll be there with a vendor booth to demo the event, really promote it. But you guys will be able to see it in person. You'll get an idea for that. And all of this will be RFID connected, web connected. So when you do something as a player that is significant, you'll see it.
That's so awesome. That's awesome.
And so it's the coolest tech that we've brought. Not a lot of people know about it because there's a lot of wins that try to fight it. because they just don't want to spend the money. And I mean, for me, it's worth the time and energy invested in that I've put in to make this.
Like it almost looks like a Blue Force tracker, which is what we use to watch units in real time downrange.
There's
So
the
this-
level. There's a level to it. So
There is a level to that. But
yeah,
not-
there's a level to it, Chris. We took that out. So for at the first iteration of this, Chris, we did have like the phone was used and there was tracking.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, we've dialed it back some just because pushback from people not wanting to take their phone in the field, but take their phone in the field to take pictures, but whatever. So we dialed it back for that purpose. But yes, this is exactly like
That's
the
really
way
cool.
It actually it is cool. There are layers to it. I played it. I actually used that at the pirate game they mentioned to chase down Guru and his big badass ship. With,
Oh yeah, legit. He chased me 4 times that game. So again, all of this is full speed running down and up a hill.
Yeah.
I left everybody else. I was a floating boat. I left all those people in the back. They all died. I just took off running because this man was chasing me.
You won't have the Blue Force tracking, but you will have live maps that you'll be able to see.
Right.
You'll be
That's
able to
cool.
see control points. And what's cool about it, when I ran Reclamation with this, that's my event in Arizona, people would come off the field, they're like, and we didn't have that map, but I just had a big ass map that you could see. But they saw the score and they were like, oh, what's the score? And I'm like, and they could just pull up and they would run, they would get paint, and they get their butts back on the field. And so it has
that's the number one complaint.
Like you get almost an immediate satisfaction knowing that you either got your ass kicked and you can get back in the fight, or hey, I'm doing what I need to do to be winning this. That's really cool.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Eventually, we'll have live streaming integrated with that, where people offline, and hopefully by then, people offline will be able to see the map. They'll be able to see it regardless.
So I'm gonna share again. I'm gonna share the right way, Eli, so we can go through that portion of it, just because it does make sense. I mean, I was trying to just pop it out so that you wouldn't have to see, you know what I'm saying, that crap, but
the video. So
we
want to see the video.
No, right. So looking at this right quick, right? And did I do the wrong thing again? I'm pretty sure I did, but whatever. So looking at this right here, right? So yeah, so this is my event. So I got 5 flags. Eli will have, how many you got? Eli, 7?
9-ish.
9. Okay, so each one of these dots will be a flag on that field. When somebody owns it, that white dot turns to the color of the field of the team that owns it. So this is right. So this is what you'll see for his event as well. So the right side of your flag, I will find it. I do. I can go get it real quick.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So where it says weather, that's going to be where your screen will be the live stream. So if somebody is live streaming and tapped in, where the weather panel is, that'll be the live streaming field.
I love that.
And then
I love that.
Yep. And then above that is your live scoring. So that'll be your live scoring at the top, tell you how many points each side has. So that's the score. And this will be accessible to anyone like that has the link, whether they're at the game or at home.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's cool.
And what makes it nice, people always complain, we're doing good, but if you're not grabbing your points, you're not winning. You're killing, but you're not winning.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's one of the things.
It gets everybody off their ass.
It does. Eventually, we'll have nice spots for commercials for Walmart on there that I can have for everything. Walmart's a fake company. Chris, I told you about that.
That's funny.
So, but that's basically what we're bringing now. The other major component, a lot of events we used to see a lot of tanks and stuff. I think the era of tanks is going to take more time to rebuild, but you are going to see mechs. You are going to see a lot of mechs on your side and on their side. And basically, mechs are walking tanks. To just keep it really simple, they're walking tanks that can't be eliminated unless you have rocket launchers. So we'll make sure that
there it looks. Get it right.
Yeah, and so I
sells rocket launchers. Walmart.
They're called scenario slugs. Come on. But anyways, you'll see those at Bunkerfest too. It'll look weird, but you will have Zoe Tankersley as your XO.
I definitely. She posted the other day, and so I was going to reach out to her next week.
I'll hook you guys up in the chat, and then so she is going to be the one that brings the scenario experience and bring a lot of people in her circles around, and she will absolutely be there to help that. We're going to leave her and Dwan off the show if that's cool for this portion of it. I don't unless
okay. All right.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And then Matt, what I'd like to do is get them on their own on a show later if that's cool.
I'm okay. You know, I'm all about I'm all about this, man. So let's go.
I know. Sorry, Dwan. Sorry, dude. But
He don't care. He on vacation. He was doing us a favor.
Fair
He on
enough.
vacation, so even better.
Awesome.
I just texted him and told him he can leave.
That's really it. So it's April 20th, April 21st. It's a full weekend. Some of the details we still are fine tuning as far as the awards, but basically one of the biggest issues we always run into at every event ever is one side pre-registering well ahead of the other. And so I have some mechanisms in place that I'll announce later to basically make sure that both sides are evenly killed with registration before we go to the next wave of registration. And Gio, I didn't mention that to you, but I already talked to Zayla about it.
I love it.
To work it in. But basically, I'll just announce it. Basically, the first 100 registrations are split up. So the first 50 for each team, you get the cheapest price, you get the best package. Basically, you're getting stuff for free. And we'll work that package in.
Perfect.
50 per team. If one team hits 50, they have to wait for the next team to hit their 50. And then we unlock the next 50. And we're going to keep doing that until we're going to keep doing that. We've talked about a player cap. I think that field appropriate player cap is probably 400 for pre-reg. Yep. And so we're just going to keep doing that. But if we get into a situation where one team hits like 150 and the other team is struggling to get there until pre-registration is over, we're done. That we're going to run the event with walk-ons, and their place is needed. So just make sure you guys understand. You get your guys in during these waves, and if the other team is slacking, talk shit about them.
Right.
They do bully them until they register. So
he said, bully them until they register. Okay.
Yes, I absolutely mean bully each side until they register. So I don't mean that. I mean it in a respectful way. You know.
I don't know how that's going to work, sir.
All right, fair enough.
Just saying, I don't know how that's going to work. Yeah,
bully's not the right term. Just edit that, scrub that out later.
Post. I got you on post.
The nice thing too, Eli, is that I do have a commitment about 60 pump players. We'll put them at the end to fill the side that's slowing down, right at the end. But we already got the commitment. They're in. They're coming. They're going to try to bring Bud on board because Bud turns 80 in October.
Are they coming from?
Bud. So the thing with Bud. So Bud, the game. So Monte Casino. So again, because that's where we're from. We're from up here. Yeah. Monte Casino. I think it's the same weekend as that event though. So because of that, I don't know if we're going because he commands that game, Gio. So Bud's going to be at that game.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that. Like, I mean, you know, that's my region.
I forgot about Monte Casino. I did my best to compile it all, but the reality is, it goes back to that. Yeah. You can't plan for any of them.
There's too many games going on. The calendar's just saturated.
But you know, future events, we'll get them. We'll get Bud.
Yep.
So
he'll be at DK. He's starting with the 40-year. Next August is 40-year anniversary of SC Village. So this DK, we're doing Bud's birthday, and so we got like a whole year to get him doing stuff.
Oh man, so you just make it next year even more like historical that I should go ahead and knock Eli off the throne.
we got to get that done. We got to get that done.
I told Gio I was done after this year, Matt. I was done.
Nah, you got to face me. You got to face me. Listen, that's gonna be my last one too. So it's got to be it. So either you retire me with an L, because again, keep in mind, I'm gonna let you know I haven't taken an L yet, Eli. I have not taken an L. I'm 6-0. I'm 6-0, Eli. That's all I'm saying. I'm 6-0. I have not taken the L, and I've done
Eli,
super game.
Eli, you might have to come back because Dirty Bacon's got a lot of things on you this year. They are going for the win, and they want to destroy you. So they might make you so upset. You got to do one more year. And then we can make this match happen.
Fair enough.
Uh-huh.
All right.
But yeah, like I said, so I want you guys to if you could, Chris, I understand y'all got a big, I really do. But like what Joe said, I mean, I was gonna do the same thing. I'm glad he did it too. But like, yeah, you guys have an open invitation to the event. If you can make it, I'll make sure you guys. The dates are September 30th, October 1st, so that weekend.
That's DK.
Oh yeah, for you, I forgot. We just talked about that. For you, yes, it's the case. So yeah, you're not going nowhere. We understand that.
I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I'll look, but I
It's open.
can't.
It's just an open invitation. That's
I appreciate it.
Yep.
That's 3 weeks on the road.
There will be other RKE powered events at Sherwood. So
I definitely want to go and just be a fly on the wall and watch the mechanics. But I mean, I definitely want to do that. Like I've got the week of that will be ending. I've got to prep for Bunker Fest as well. So
well, how about this?
There's another suggestion, Chris. Eli's going to be doing a game for us up here in March next year. So if you can't make Guru's game, you can make Eli's game.
When's the next event at Sherwood? Is that October?
It's mine. The next event at Sherwood is mine.
Yeah.
And then we don't come back until next year, right, Joe? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But
I can't make anything yet, but I will see.
But no, you said you'll be up here in a couple weeks for NXL Chicago, right?
I will be.
So
you're only an hour away from us. Then.
I'm about to say hour away from him. I'm about 3 hours away. I can, I can probably, because what's that? That's the week. I think that's the week after my. Oh yeah, I can sell that to the wife. Yeah, I already paid. Yeah, because I gotta. Yeah. I'm buying her stuff for my birthday. So yeah, I can sell that. Yeah.
So the next Sherwood 4th event is in 3 weeks, right?
Yes.
No.
We're gonna say that it's more like a month. It's more like a month. Yeah.
It's the end of September.
Yeah.
Eli, are you going to that, Eli?
No, I'm.
No, it's DK. It's DK.
No, they did this to me. 2 events I want to go to. Yeah, they did.
Hey guys, next year let's get our dates in order. I don't mind moving my date around.
Okay.
But
yeah, no problem. We'll look at our schedule and we'll do it.
I want to make a voice assured for it. That is legendary. You're like the SC Village of the Midwest with that.
Midwest.
You know what I mean? So
thank you. I've been out to the SC Village in the 90s 4 times for the NPPL. Played out there back in the 90s.
We got to get the big leagues back onto parks. I mean, that's my biggest gripe.
Yes, we do.
But thank God we got Chris. He's really holding up the industry on what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I do really want to focus with other parks around the country with your scenario event, so we can start having a calendar for walk-on players to go travel the country like we did in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, right.
Because we are losing walk-ons. We got to show them more. Like they don't want to just play in California. They want to travel. So how do we make that happen? And so it's time. It's time to put the industry back together. So you start out scenario players, you go in there, become a tournament player, and then you come back as a family years down the road because you bring in more people into the sport. But we got to share each other's dates. We got to push each other. You're more than welcome. If you send me the information, I'll put it on my website. I'll put it on my email blast. I really want to see people traveling again.
Sounds great.
That's awesome. Y'all two, if y'all two get together, that just makes what we're doing so much easier. I mean, so you got Chris here with Bunker Fest and under. You got Eli, who's a producer. You got me. That's my very first event is being produced next month. So with you two working together, with us 3 doing what we're doing, that's perfect. Like that's perfect. Like we can ask for better.
That sounds great.
I agree.
All right. I just wanted to, keep this fairly short and sweet. I'm happy to stay on for those that want to stay on. But Chris, Gio, thank you for hopping on. You're free to go.
Chris don't get to leave. Yeah, Chris got to stay till after at least this video drop.
Run the video. I'm good. I'm working in the background, so I'm good for at least another 30 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I just want to. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Before I drop off, which I'm gonna hang it right now, but I do want to let the people out there know, if you love paintball, you've been playing for a long time, or if you stop playing, or if you know people who played and they stopped.
You muted us, Gio. I think you hit the mute on.
And again, damn mute.
Yeah, there you go.
My Italian hand keeps on hitting everything. So, but I do want to say is that if we focus more like this, like we got the greatest West Coast guy who helps me with my events in the West Coast, and we got Chris, who really a lot of people might not know that he sometimes he gets a bad rap, but I've never seen anybody so dedicated to the sport of paintball. This guy doesn't care to make one penny. He puts all the money back into the players. He cares about our servicemen who were in the armed forces, giving us our freedoms, giving them something back. The guy doesn't stop. Eli doesn't stop. Having a paintball field operator, Sherwood Forest being a part of this, and then you guys on your channel really promoting, this is what's going to bring paintball back to the glory.
Yep.
The problem is that our industry, we are a dysfunctional family, and we got to come back together as one unit. Let's get people playing the greatest activity on the face of this planet. There's nothing better. It's the only sport, the only activity you can have a 9-year-old and a 99-year-old playing and having a great experience, and everybody can play at the top of their game. But we got to get the word out. Texas, we need the help. I mean, the weather's pretty wild there. So it's really everyone working together, and I really don't see that. In California, we all work together. In Texas, I don't see that. But we're gonna do our best to put on the best event ever, give as much value to the consumer as possible, and then have longevity that we can do it again year after year, year after year. So once again, I do want to say thank you to everybody. I appreciate everybody's help. I appreciate everybody getting the word out, and I appreciate everyone's dedicated to something that has given me a great life for 40 years and got hopefully 40 more to go on making these memories last a lifetime. So thank you guys. I really appreciate everybody's work.
Gio, thank you. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you, Gio.
All right. I am.
Yeah, I really
Check it
do.
out.
Really
Bye,
appreciate
guys.
the time. Thank you. Thank you. Have
Bye,
a great
guys.
evening.
Bye-bye.
All right. Joe,
All right.
well, let me do this. That way, hold on. Let me do that. That way he don't have, all right, let me do that for you. All right. So since Joe, I'm not gonna let you go just yet. Here, Chris, here's an example of what the flag station will look like, right? Just so you can, well, this is all painted up, of course, but these things can take a beating, right?
That's after a full weekend of taking a beating. That was like a really hot spot right outside of a building.
So they come up and like slap it or like hit the.
They have a badge, a RFID badge. So basically, a credit card. You think about a credit card, they just where that sticker is. Yeah, where that sticker is, you put your badge there, and instantly starts to flip to another color.
That's cool. That's really cool. Like you get the instant gratification of getting up there. That's
So
cool.
it takes a minute. It takes about 5 seconds to capture it. So you go up to it, you hold the badge up to it. It reads it, and as it's reading, it slowly goes up, and then it flashes purple. And after that, you let go, and it flashes your color.
That's cool.
Okay. But here's what we came for. Hold on. Here's what we came for.
Oh, but here comes the invasive player. Ooh. Oh, that's a major on Wrangle, I'm pretty sure. You cannot do that.
Does Chris ever overshoot?
I mean, he was.
No, Chris never over. No, Chris.
Bro, so here's the thing, man. It's like you want to like the dude's already hit. Like, and then we have another angle. That guy, he got smoked by my boy Wes. He comes with my peripherals. I, obviously shoot him, and then I watch and shoot my boy. So I'm like, nah, fam. And you want to keep shooting, so I'm going to keep shooting you. And the second that his gun went down, my gun went down. Like,
exactly. So it's not no overshooting. You shot, I shot. And once you stop shooting, I stop shooting.
Yep.
So yeah, I played that game before as well. I've also played the game where I was told I couldn't be shot, and somebody laid into me. I looked at the ref like, "You gonna let this happen? I'm getting shot. You gonna let this happen? Because I can finish this. I can finish this real quick, but you gonna let this happen?" But then they stepped in finally and said something. But yeah, so I believe in that same mentality that you believe in, Chris. If whatever you do, I can do. Don't be mad if I do what you do a little bit worse.
And it's like, like I know that every time that I play coast to coast, usually 2 to 3 tournaments a month, I'm on the road. And I know that everywhere I go, someone is looking to put the feather in the hat. I shot Chris. And I'm like, that's cool, dude. Like, if that's your aspiration for the weekend, fuck yeah. And like MVPS is a great example. Like some dude 2 weeks after the event was like, "Oh, I got you." And I'm like, I don't even know who you are, man. It's like, I literally sent him the Thanos meme. And I'm just like, who are you? Like, bro, like this is a child's game. Like, I'm very fortunate that I'm in this space that I get to operate in, but at no point do I take this shit serious. Like, and I use a great example. It's like you take every pro player outside of pro paintball. Mm-hmm. Guess what? They're a nobody, just like all of us. who put their fucking flip flops on the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
And if they walk
Or in
into
my case, you
Walmart,
put- yep, exactly.
they walk into Walmart, ain't nobody be like, oh, that's Archie Montemayor. Oh, that's fucking Konstantin Fedorov. No. But if Messi walked into fucking Publix, oh, that's Messi. You know, you're not going to see that in paintball. And so many people have this illusion, if you will, that, you know, there's somebody in the sport. And it's like, cool, you're somebody. But remember, you walk outside that net, you're just like all of us. A fucking nobody. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, listen, I appreciate that. Again, you are way more like us than you know than not. Let's just say that.
I really try to be humble in all this. You know, it's like I did a lot of real world shit in the Marine Corps for 13 years. I retired out, and now it's like I'm having fun. And you know, with Bunker Fest and Under and Better Militia, is like the longer that I have the ability to do this and raise people up on a platform and give them the opportunity to, you know, be better or do better or be inspired or whatever I can while I have the space, I want to make the most of that. I definitely don't want to look back and be like, should have, could have, would have, you know, and take every experience or opportunity that we have or I get and bring other people who might not have an opportunity. And if I can do that, that's, you know, to me, the ultimate win, if you will, in all of this, you know.
Well, if you're ever looking to expand Bunker Fest and take it on the road, I know a field up here that'd like to have you up here.
I need a fucking clone, man, because like, and I'm very grateful in this. Is like just like yourself, Joe. I've had so many fields reach out to me myself and Jeff, who kind of helped me. Hey, come out, and I'm like, fuck, man, I would be on the road every other weekend, and I don't know if the wife or myself could do it.
I can relate.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it gets to be a bit much after a while. You can only do so much before the
and burnout in this shit. It's real. Like as a production, like people like show up and they think, oh, it's just already done. Like, you know, I clicked on Amazon, I bought, I'm good. There's so many nuances behind the scenes of logistical capabilities, personnel, you know, all the things that people have no idea about. They're like, oh, I showed up.
They don't even care about. They don't even care about. You know,
I was at WCPPL and I was just blown away at the number of easy ups he brought in. I was just like, he had to have had a freight come in and just bring in easy ups. Like it's exaggerating, but just the level of background work for everybody to be comfortable, to get out of the sun, everybody to, to know where their pits are, all of that. I mean, it blew me away and put what I thought I did to shame.
Like this last event, you know, I knew going in we were going to have at least 110-degree weather all 3 days. Brutal. You know, and I spent fucking 10 grand on just tents to make sure that people had shade. You know, and like people think that oh well, that's obviously it should be there. Well, no. Most events you go to, there is no overhead for you. You can just go bake, and if you didn't bring it, suck it up. You know, and trying to have those little, key nuances that should be there that are not the typical things people have no idea about. You know?
Exactly.
Hey, so I wanted to keep this fairly short. Would love to stay and chat on my end. I'm gonna need to bail. But Chris, Joe, thank you guys for hopping on.
Totally.
If you guys got some last words, say it now. Otherwise, it's going to be all online.
The only thing I like to do every podcast is if you are having a mental crisis or a mental health issue, please dial 988. They're there 24/7, 365. They're not, they're there for suicide counseling, or if you have, a mental problem or crisis that you cannot handle on your own, they're there all the time. It's a great asset, 988. Don't wait until it's too late to talk to somebody. That's probably the biggest thing, man. You're never alone.
Is that it? Dial 988, right? That's it.
Nice. 988.
There you go. My bad. I mean, I had to do something real quick, and I couldn't think of nothing snazzy. So that's what you get, damn it.
It's great. We need more tickets.
It's on you.
Hey, Matt, if I sponsor some of your the show a little bit, can I get a little?
No, I'm not. Nope. No.
All right.
Yeah, like I said before, Chris, you got a tournament background. I've got decades of tournament background and scenario background. You have any questions at all, give me a holler. And
For sure.
And
like once I get done with Bunkerfest, like 100%, I'm gonna start poking around and talking with Zoe, and trying to get a better understanding of the ins and outs and things like that. But this looks really fun, like especially with the RFID stuff. Like that looks really cool, and being able to see that in instant real time is awesome.
I'm not gonna take up your time tonight. We're gonna drop, but just keep in mind, me and another guy, we kind of do a lot of the coding. There's a lot more stuff. I'm gonna just say that there's a lot more stuff available.
Yes.
Just know that there's a lot more stuff available that we are not releasing. So just understand that.
Awesome.
Look, they pointing at me, but yes. I'm not the main developer, but I am one of them, and I have some stuff put like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My
that you might be interested in.
Stolen from Matt's ideas.
That's not true, but okay.
Everything is stolen from him.
Like I said, we're gonna let y'all go. I appreciate it. I know Grizz is backstage right now. He's on mute, but I appreciate y'all time. Thank you again. This ain't the last time, it's just the first time. So we will be, doing this again with y'all schedules,
Cool.
Yep. Right. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right. And like I said, everybody that rock with us, thank y'all for being here with us for this time frame. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the outro. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right, later.
Hey, look, GG's gonna be exchanged and everything. But what I'm gonna need you to do is come on out that room. Ass first, hands touching your motherfucking knees. Cause that's the only way you getting out of this shit alive, you sweet bitch.
Not around. Just don't forget who you fucking with when stepping on hollow ground.